Have you ever stared at an open suitcase, completely paralyzed, wondering how on earth you are going to pack your true self into a tiny little carry-on bag? Or maybe you have booked a trip, but instead of daydreaming about the beach, you are lying awake at night stressing over TSA body scanners, airport security, and hotel check-ins. Yeah, I have been there too. So many of us have. Welcome back to My Life, My Rules, the channel where we talk about the real, everyday stuff of living our beautiful, queer lives. I'm so happy you are here right now, because today, we are tackling a huge, sometimes scary, but incredibly rewarding topic: traveling as a crossdresser or an MTF girl stepping out and exploring the world. Let's just rip the band-aid right off and talk about the airport. Honestly, airports are stressful for everyone. But when you are gender non-conforming or early in your transition, the security checkpoint can feel like a boss battle in a video game. The millimeter wave scanner, that big glass tube where you have to put your arms up in a triangle, is usually the absolute biggest source of anxiety. Here is the thing you need to know about those machines. The TSA agent pushes a blue button for a boy or a pink button for a girl, based on how they read your presentation in that brief second you walk up. If the machine detects an anomaly based on that button, say breast forms if they press the blue button, or a little extra anatomy down below if they press the pink button, it flags it on a screen. If that happens and you need a pat down, take a deep breath. It is okay to advocate for yourself. You have the right to request a private screening, and you have the right to be screened by an officer of the gender you present as, or the gender you identify with. But honestly, listen, my absolute biggest #1 tip for frequent flyers: get TSA pre-check. Seriously, just go online, fill out the form, and get it. It means you go through a standard metal detector instead of the invasive body scanner, and you don't even have to take off your shoes or take your liquids out of your bag. It is the absolute best investment for your peace of mind and your dignity. Now, what about the actual packing? This is where the magic happens, but it can also be a massive puzzle. Shoes are the enemy of luggage space, especially if you wear a larger size. If you want to bring heels, stuff them with your socks and underwear so you do not waste that empty space inside the shoe. If you are stealthing for the travel portion, maybe flying in boy mode just to keep things low-key and avoid the TSA stress, but planning to go all out at your destination, you have to be smart about your luggage. If you are checking a bag, it is so easy. Put all your gorgeous dresses, your favorite heels, your wigs, and your makeup right in there. But if you are doing carry-on only, remember that TSA might open your bag. They aren't judging your fashion choices, I promise. They see weird stuff all day. They literally do not care about your corset or your lace fronts. But if you want to be discreet, use opaque packing cubes. Use solid-colored makeup bags. Roll your delicate, feminine items inside a boring, oversized hoodie. And if you travel with silicone breast forms, keep them in a safe, soft pouch so they don't get punctured. Remember, they do show up on X-rays as an organic mass, which might prompt a bag check. If the agent opens your bag and sees what they are, they will just move on. Just stay calm, smile, and remember you are doing absolutely nothing wrong. You have every right to travel with your clothing and accessories. Also, let's talk about the liquids rule. Skincare and makeup are essential, right? Foundation, primer, setting spray, moisturizer. It adds up fast. Make sure every liquid is under 3.4 ounces and fits in that single clear quart-sized bag. If you have a massive liquid foundation bottle, buy little travel jars and pump some into them. It saves space, and it saves you from having your favorite expensive makeup thrown in the trash by an agent. Let's move on to arriving at your hotel. The check-in desk. The dreaded moment you have to hand over a credit card and an ID that might have a dead name or an old picture on it, while you are standing in the lobby looking completely fabulous and feminine. This used to make me sweat, literally sweat through my clothes. But listen to me. Hotel staff see thousands of people a week. Their primary goal, their only goal, is to get you your room key and get to their next coffee break. If you are presenting feminine but your ID says John, just hand it over with confidence. You do not owe them a 20-minute explanation of your gender journey. If you want, you can just cheerfully say, the reservation is under my legal name. That is it. That is all they need. If you are really anxious about it, and I totally get it if you are, you can call the hotel a few days ahead of time. Ask for the front desk manager and just explain gently, Hey, I am staying with you next week. My ID has this name, but I present as female and I go by this name. They will almost always add a little note to your reservation, and they will make sure the staff greets you correctly. It makes the arrival process so incredibly smooth and affirming. You can just walk in, be called your true name, and start your vacation feeling amazing. Choosing where to go is also a huge part of the puzzle. The world is a big place, and sadly, not everywhere is friendly to our community. But there are so many places that absolutely are. When you are planning a trip, look up the local laws, of course, but also look up the vibe. Check out queer travel blogs. Look for neighborhoods in the cities you are visiting. Going somewhere like Provincetown or West Hollywood or Berlin or Puerto Vallarta, places where gender nonconformity is completely woven into the local culture, can be a literal breath of fresh air. It is incredibly healing to walk down the street, holding your head high, knowing that nobody is looking at you twice. Or if they are looking, it is just to admire your outfit and ask where you bought your boots. And that brings me to the most important travel tip of all. Confidence. I know, it is so much easier said than done. When you are walking through a busy tourist spot or sitting in a restaurant in a new city, it is so ridiculously easy to feel like everyone is staring at you, analyzing you, trying to clock you. But here is a little secret about the rest of the world. People are way too obsessed with their own lives to care about what you are doing. That couple whispering on the bench, they are arguing about where to get dinner. That person looking your way, they are trying to read the street sign behind your head. When you travel, you are the main character of your own movie, and everyone else is just an extra. Put your shoulders back. Walk with purpose. Wear that gorgeous outfit you have been saving for a special occasion. You are traveling. This is your special occasion. Also, do not be afraid to find our people when you are on the road. Look up local drag shows, gay bars, or queer cafes. Stepping into a safe, welcoming LGBT space in a brand new city gives you an instant sense of community. You might be 1,000 miles from home, but you are never really alone when you find the local queer family. Swap stories with the bartender, get recommendations on safe places to shop or eat, and just let your guard down for a minute. Traveling is about discovering the world. Yes, but it is also about discovering yourself. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, every time you navigate a new city as your authentic self, you are building a resilience and a joy that nobody can ever take away from you. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to see the beautiful corners of this planet. And you deserve to do it while feeling absolutely beautiful yourself. Do not let the fear of a TSA line or a hotel clerk keep you hidden in your bedroom. The world is out there, and it is waiting to meet the real you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you have ever traveled while presenting, or if you are planning your very first trip soon, please jump into the comments right now and tell me all about it. Share your packing tips, share your fears, share your victories. Let's make the comments section a little travel guide and a support group for each other. If this video helped you feel a little more ready to pack those bags and book that ticket, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and stick around for more. We have so many more conversations to have. Until next time, be safe, be proud, and go book that flight, girl. You've got this.